Well, I don't know about all of you, but I'm kind of getting tired of doing these chalk talks and not having nearly as much fun with big wins and explosive plays and dynamic stuff to talk about now. The Seahawks did get it going in the second half in Tennessee. There was touchdowns. In fact, this play was their second touchdown down in the red zone. It paid off, their best drive of the game. I mean, I could go through that drive to begin the second half and walk through each play and show you how well executed, I think how well timed, and I think how well called that drive was, with a real mix of run, pass, play pass, movement, timing, tempo, everything. Kind of had all of it. But this is the final play that paid it off. This is 2nd and 9 at the 9. It's going to end up being the touchdown pass to Chris Carson here. And I think what I like most about players, formations, plays with this call in particular is there were multiple options. This isn't one time where you're just trying to craft one matchup. And this is a time where you're looking at Tennessee defensively, a group with Dick LeBeau that does a lot of things. And anytime you just zero in on one call and have one matchup, I would be concerned against LeBeau because you don't know what he's going to do on his side. So you put together some plays within this plan like this one, like some of their other touchdowns, frankly, down in the red zone, that gives you options that they can't be right defensively, that you will have some built-in answers. And here's what I mean. West right, 3-jet all go is what we used to call this play. West right being the wing alignment with Luke Wilson and Jimmy Graham. It'd actually be West right slot, if I'm going to be technical. And you got slot with Doug Baldwin and Tyler. 3-jet all go happened to be one of my favorite plays. I loved all go. I love the options. I love taking shots. I love the seam routes. I love the check down to the back. And that's what really goes down on this play. So West right, 3-jet all go. Russell under center. They don't know if this is run. It's a pretty good package, 12 package, 1 back, 2 tight ends. Could be an outside run play. So Tennessee lines up and plays a pretty vanilla, pretty base defense. They're 4-2 nickel, and everything is telling Russell pre-snap that this is going to be a little bit of a zone look. This little shell, when you see this down in the red zone, and sometimes we used to call it even the picket fence, and you would see all the guys lined up nearly on the goal line. This is a pretty good shell, pretty good indicator for Russell that he's got zone coverage. When you're running all go, one of the key components to that, whether it's in the field of play or down in the red zone, is what are my safeties doing? If I get what's called that single safety, and I get that safety going in the middle of the field, and this guy's coming down into coverage, whether it's man or zone, if it's single safety, I've got a shot at one of these seam routes. Okay, if it's in the field of play and I got single safety, then maybe one of these outside routes really comes into play. Down in the red zone, and you see Russell throw seam shots. In fact, a touchdown to Luke Wilson on a seam route a little bit later. He likes throwing those. I think most quarterbacks do. That window opens up and you like to hit it. But in this case, well, he can see the shell of the defense pretty clear. He's going to feel a 4-man rush. And with 5 guys getting into it to pick up 4 should be better. Now, Odiombo gets blown up. Russell gets blown up. He has to be creative and find a little lane here to Carson. But, you got enough protection. And now the game becomes basically you take everybody out of this. With these seam routes, everybody is out of it on this side. Everybody is out of it on this side as he's getting underneath the seam. So what do you got? Players, formations, plays. I told you I like the look here. I like the opportunity, if it's a different coverage, to attack these seams. But in this case, what they've done is they've created a real one-on-one situation with Chris Carson and this linebacker, and a whole lot of space that can be sometimes hard to find in the red zone. Chris Carson comes through. Important here to sneak through the line and not get hung up, or otherwise he'd have been dead and sacked and hit again. Hopefully not dead, but the play'd have been dead. But instead, Chris does what he's done all season, do the right thing at the right time. He gets on the linebacker. He's decisive. A little pitch and catch with Russell for a touchdown. Built-in answers. Defense can't be right. And when you get execution out of that running back the way you have, and that quarterback in the red zone this week, you get a chance to score 30 points.